Hey, what's up guys? Joker here. I hope you're all doing well. Today, we are not going to be talking about the Epic Games Store. That's right, no Epic Games Store news today, no angry rants. Sorry, maybe in the next one. But today we do have a few news stories in the world of tech and gaming, starting off with a rumor about a 2070 Ti possibly coming soon, after a leak over on the user benchmark database, which I'm going to discuss why I think this is probably not true. We'll get into all of that. Also, Intel's picked up another staffer from the AMD marketing team, tooling up for their Xe lineup of GPUs, which we're expected to see next year, and also a leak of the GTX 1650. But first, today's video is brought to you by LevelGo.com, where you could save money on games for all of your favorite platforms, as well as software like Windows 10 Pro for under $16, Microsoft Office 2016 for $40, and Microsoft Office 2019 Professional Plus for under $80. And if you use my code PTL20 at checkout, you'll get 20% off of Windows 10 Pro, or you can use the code PTL15 to get 15% off of the entire website when you use the links down in the description below. So starting off first, we'll discuss this leak of the potential 2070 Ti, which has been making its rounds over the past 24 hours or so. I've seen this on at least half a dozen different websites that I visit, so it's something that I did want to address because I do not believe that this is actually an RTX 2070 Ti. Although it's possible we could see a 2070 Ti at some point, I don't believe this is it. And yeah, I don't know when and if they'll be coming out. I wouldn't say that it's too soon for one, but I just don't really think that this is accurate. So as you can see here, like here's one website that's showing this user benchmark database. This unknown device has showed up over there, and it is basically coming somewhere in between a 2070 and a 2080, as you would expect a 2070 Ti to do. So that's why a lot of people initially thought it's a 2070 Ti with the performance numbers that we're seeing here and the fact that it's an unnamed device. However, after doing some digging around with the device ID, which they do publish on here, thankfully, some of the monikers in there, or monikers, or whatever you want to call them, basically would point to it probably being a Quadro card, possibly an RTX Quadro 6000, somewhere in that area. So that's kind of why I think this is much more likely to be a Quadro card rather than an RTX, well, GeForce card for the consumers. It's probably still an RTX card, but not something meant for consumers to pick up for gaming or anything like that. This would be for professional workloads, which is why it would be a Quadro device ID. So that's just kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know yours down in the comments below, but I'm going to go ahead and probably mark this rumor as false, but I wanted to include this story just in case people saw this, circulating around out there and were wondering whether or not it's true. In my opinion, it's probably not, but we could see a 2070 Ti in the future. If that's something you want to see, let me know down in the comments below if you would want to pick one of those up, possibly. Maybe after a price cut, NVIDIA, maybe after a price cut. Next story. So Intel has been making a lot of moves with their GPU division and picking up some key players from both AMD as well as NVIDIA, and now they have picked up one of the digital marketing managers from AMD, Heather Lennon. She's going to be heading over there and joining her former colleagues like Raja Koduri and Chris Hook, and also people from NVIDIA like Mark Taylor as well as Tom Peterson. So they are really starting to shape up that GPU division to come out strong in the year 2020, and it's almost like Raja is kind of building up his little AMD RTG dream team, and that it makes a lot of sense because they are going for GPU scalability, as their own graphs have said back in their architecture day back in December. As you can see, they're going for, they want to have these GPUs in everything from data centers to the mid-range and high-end, for consumers like you and me, and then also integrated graphics as well. And with Raja having his pedigree coming from working on Vega most recently for AMD, even though Vega was, I don't think it was a winner. It had a lot of pitfalls. It was the high cost of using HBM and things like that, and it just took them a really long time to get it out. And NVIDIA had almost a full year of run-up time with their competing card. So by the time Vega came out, there really wasn't much reason to buy one because the 1080s were already out there and very prevalent in the market. But one thing that Vega did do really well was scalability. We saw that with the Raven Ridge APUs Using Ryzen, they were able to easily scale down the compute units down to things like Vega 10 and Vega 8 and put those into integrated graphics on the Ryzen CPUs. And that is something that Intel wants to do with these as well, because their integrated graphics have not been very good, and they just want to be able to scale this accordingly into all of the different product segments that they want to have their GPUs in. So it makes a lot of sense that they would have Raja kind of leading this team up, because that is one thing that Vega did do well, even though it didn't really make a lot of splashes in terms of competition with NVIDIA, just, well, because of the reasons I previously mentioned. But I think its longest lasting kind of mark on the GPU business is its scalability into regular CPUs for entry-level stuff. So I think that's really what we're going to see here with these Intel GPUs. They want to be able to have them in every single market segment, and I think the team that they're building kind of, basically says that for us. Next story. So, the ZOTAC GeForce GTX 1650, this has been leaked out with their box art as well as the card itself. We are expecting to see these cards probably this month. I believe the latest rumor was April 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. I might be getting my dates mixed up there with some other leaks and rumors. I'm not too sure, but everything I've heard so far is it's supposed to be coming out this month. I haven't heard anything yet from board partners yet on sampling. Even if I did, I couldn't tell you, but if I did and I couldn't tell you, I probably wouldn't have mentioned it. So basically what I'm telling you is I have not heard anything yet from board partners on the 1650, but I'm hoping that they will be out sometime this month and we'll be able to test them. The main thing that we can learn, though, from this leak, besides what the card is going to look like from ZOTAC, is that there is absolutely no power connector, which means it will be powered by the PCIe lane, which means it will only require 75 watts or less to be able to power the card. So it's going to have a very low TDP. As a result, it'll probably run pretty cool and quiet. And yeah, it'll be, especially with something like this being a mini card, this would be very good for mini ITX builds, small form factor, and things like that. And obviously anyone just wanting to do a build on a budget, as we are expecting to see these cards probably around like maybe the $150 range. I think that's where we're going to see the 1650 land. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see on that. But I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, guys. I hope you do enjoy the rest of your day. Let me know your thoughts, as always, down in the comments below on all the news stories that we covered in this video. If you enjoyed the video or learned something new, leave a thumbs up on it. Subscribe if you're not already. If you've been here for a while, ring the bell. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. And keep those memes coming.